feels like I'm making the exact same video like 5 million times when it comes to Draymond.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, I know this is going to be a huge shocker, okay? This is just going to slap you in the face, but Draymond Green actually had a bad take. What? Draymond Green having a bad take? This happens like every day, bro. Every other day, Draymond Green has a bad take. So before we talk about this really quickly, if you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com or become a patron or YouTube member, only $2 per month. Also, on the shop, I'm doing 10% off. So you just hit the promo code, or you just put in the promo code CLAN10 and you will get 10% off your order. So I really do appreciate all the love, and head on over there, man. Support your boy. All right, so let's talk about Draymond. I'm going to let him take it away. Basically what he did was he talked about the players that were responsible for their championships during his lifetime, and you'll be shocked who he left off the list. So let's go ahead and listen.
So think about this. The guys responsible for all the championships in our life. It's a conversation I was having with a friend.
Okay, keep in mind, he just said this is a conversation that he had with a friend. So it's not something that's just right out the dome. Okay, he's talked about it. He's thought about this. He's dwelled on this. And this is his list.
Larry Bird, Magic, Kareem, Isaiah / Dumars, Joe Dumars, Michael, Jordan, Hakeem, the Dream, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, D-Wade, Steph, Clay, Draymond.
Another thing too, that's so funny the way he put Draymond at the end. He's obviously looking at a list right now. He's not looking at the camera. He's looking at his list that he typed up. Look at this.
Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, D-Wade, Steph, Clay, Draymond. So think about this.
So guys,
the guys responsible.
Shut up, Draymond. Okay, all right. Here's the thing. All right, I'm gonna be as nice as possible, but I'm gonna also be as honest as possible. I think that a lot of these guys that are currently in the NBA, or leave the NBA shortly thereafter and create podcasts, I think quite a few of them are in it just to stroke their own egos. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Danny Green is like phenomenal. I think his pod, when he goes on, he's always great. I love anytime Damian Lillard does anything, DeMar DeRozan does anything. I think those guys are great. But I feel like Draymond Green, he does it to stroke his own ego. Even to an extent, I would say JJ Redick does it a little bit too, but not this bad, okay? Another problem that I have, before we talk about the obvious red flag here, another thing that I don't like is that he has no type of presentation, okay? I feel as if Draymond Green, if he wasn't in the NBA currently, no one would listen to this. Nobody would watch this because there's just nothing here. There's nothing. No showmanship, no presentation. I just don't like that. Even with myself, like, I try my best to have some type of presentation, but yeah, this is ridiculous. But Draymond Green, no matter how bad his take is, he'll get the recognition because obviously he's in the NBA. And he's a really good player. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Draymond Green is a really good player. All right, with all that being said, let's look at this list again. Bird, Magic, Kareem, Isaiah Dumars, MJ, Hakeem, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, Wade, Steph, Clay, Draymond. All right. I don't even have to say it. How do you leave off Tim Duncan out of all? And it was written down. He talked about it with a friend. What kind of disrespect is that? That is just blatantly disrespectful. You are a guy who's won multiple championships, and for you to just blatantly leave Tim Duncan off the list is so disrespectful. But you know what is even more disrespectful? Not just Tim Duncan, okay? I can't let that slide, but not just Tim Duncan. You left off Kawhi Leonard, which, okay, sure, maybe you don't want to say he's responsible for his 2014, but I mean, we'll all be fooling ourselves if we said that he wasn't responsible or highly responsible for the Toronto championship. And then on top of it, it's like, okay, all right, you left off Kevin Durant, the guy that was on your team that got 2 finals MVPs, but you included yourself. Only Draymond Green would leave off Tim Duncan, but include himself. Only Draymond. No one if they made a list on who's responsible for the championships, no one would put Draymond. Now, don't get me wrong. He's a big part of it. Like, he was the glue guy. He was important. He was the energy. He was the defense. He was all that. He was very important. But no one would put, I don't know how many people would put Clay in there, honestly. But, like, Draymond? No. Is he serious? That's just absolutely disrespectful, bro. I just can't excuse it, because it's like even a casual fan knows that Tim Duncan was that guy. Like, we owned the 2000s. It was just us and the Lakers, basically. Like, the Spurs right on the cusp of 2000. They won 99, and it was 3 Lakers, the three-peat, and then we beat them. And then it was the Pistons, and then it was the Spurs, then it was the Heat, then it was the Spurs. How do you forget Duncan? That's just, I don't know. I don't think he forgot. I think that that's just blatant disrespect. It would be one thing if he was just like giving his list randomly on live, and he was like, oh yeah, MJ, Hakeem, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, Wade, who, I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but I'm not. No, he has a list. He's looking down at a list. He had this conversation with a friend. This is absolutely asinine. I just can't stand this type of stuff, man. And I feel like Draymond Green, he's doing this really just to stroke his own ego. I mean, this is another reason why I don't necessarily just listen to players just because they played in the NBA. I've heard so many terrible takes. And that's another thing. I hate the argument. You guys will never find me using this argument saying, man, you never even played a game of basketball in your life. How could you know about this? You don't know ball. You never played ball. That's why I never use that. Okay. Never, ever, ever, ever. Cause there's so many players that have played at a high level, very high level, and have takes like this. I mean, we got Scottie Pippen, one of the greatest players this game has ever seen, right? He's coming out saying MJ wasn't a good player. He wasn't a good teammate. I know there's this whole thing with his ex-wife and MJ's son is dating her and all that stuff, but he shouldn't be anywhere near Mike to say something like that. Just blatant disrespect. And I think that this is one of those situations where Draymond is just being blatantly disrespectful towards the Spurs, and I don't really understand why. I do know why he's being disrespectful towards KD, but that's terrible too. But I will say this, okay, just to be a little nice. Draymond Green did give credit towards Keldon Johnson on the Olympic team and all that good stuff. So he did give him some credit there. He said that he was basically the heart. They really needed his energy, blah, blah, blah. So he gave credit there. But I don't know what happened here where you leave off Duncan. And if he did that on accident, that's another mark as far as I'm concerned when it comes to presentation and trying to, have any type of content, because this is just god awful content, and every time he talks it's usually a bad take. So I don't know, just terrible stuff, awful, disgusting, and I don't know how you forget about the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know. Nothing new though. Also, wait, is this just any player that's responsible for their championship? Like, list the players responsible for the championships in his lifetime. Yeah, how do you leave off Dirk? I mean, I think Tim Duncan's 0-3, and they never talk about this. Tim Duncan's 0-3 performance carry job was better than Dirk's, but I think Dirk's is a close second. Like, how do you forget Dirk? I don't know. Just disrespectful, dumb. And this is why I don't listen to this new age that he says, the new era of podcasts or media, the new media. It's no better than the old media. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later. Till next time. Bye.